How many connections have you missed out on because you were too in your head? Because you were too scared of rejection, too scared of being awkward, too scared that they wouldn't like you. I'll tell you right now, there have been so many people who I've wanted to talk to, who I felt that I could really be friends with, really vibe with. If only the timing was right. If only it just happened naturally. If only they made the first move and they gave me the green light and they showed me that they were interested before I had to try. And if that's you, you need to hear this. You have to stop. Because the thing is, we're all over here overthinking, comparing ourselves, feeling intimidated by each other, silently wishing that someone would give the green light and approach first. We're all so scared of being socially awkward or rejected that we're unconsciously choosing to stifle sparks that could lead to something beautiful. We choose loneliness over vulnerability. And I'm not saying that being alone equals being lonely, because I'm a big fan of solitude. But as someone who used to struggle with intense social anxiety, who has switched around schools, I've really struggled with making friends. I've learned to put myself out there, but it was hard and I felt a lot of anxiety around that. I felt really held back in some ways, but I've learned that the biggest thing that was holding me back was myself. And it's not just me, and it's not just you, it's society as a whole, because so many of us are living glued to our phones, scrolling instead of talking to the person right next to us, hyper connected through these superficial sources like social media, constantly getting social interaction through likes and comments and feeling like we're relating to people, but really more disconnected than ever from genuine interaction. And I've really been thinking about how we're all just so hungry for connection, but we stay so detached and so self-suppressed. I've been thinking about that for a while, but the other month something happened that really just slapped me in the face and woke me up. So I got locked in a bathroom with a girl who I've been wanting to talk to, who I've been seeing around, feeling like I could really vibe with her, but I just never spoke to her. The timing didn't come up. I didn't want to be awkward or just approach out of the blue. But then the universe literally took us to put us in that bathroom and was like, you guys are going to talk. You guys are going to connect. I recognized how crazy that chance was, and how rare that is, and how it was definitely meant to be. So, I took that chance. I started talking to her, and right away, we hit it off like we'd been friends. We were just chit-chatting about life, about self-growth, about spirituality, about that stuff that I kind of hold back on talking to with some people when I first meet them. But with her, we were bouncing it off each other, and she also lived it. That was her experience too. And it showed me that we were just drawn to each other for a reason. And I say we because she hit me with this. She told me that she's been seeing me around and low-key wanting to talk to me but never did. And I was like, girl, no way. No way. And it just goes to show that energy, it works both ways. I think that energy is often rarely one-sided. When we feel that connection, that pull to people, not based off just like their aesthetic or how they look, but we feel a vibe, I feel that often it's reciprocated, but we cut it off by holding ourselves back. Through other recent situations too, I've realized that the people that we feel drawn to often have that pull towards us as well. There's an inexplicable energy that connects people, but it's blocked by all of the self-doubt and overthinking. And it really just made me think about how we gotta be open. We have to approach with that vulnerable authenticity, because so often the feelings go both ways, and we'd never know because we just don't take that chance. And I realized, me and my friend were talking about it, but I've been thinking about how the only way to really get through that and to kind of break through that block and that overthinking is to tap into the inner child. Think of an inner child in the playground, how we would run around with that, do you want to play with me? Will you be my friend? Like that type of energy, just not overthinking, not comparing, not looking at, is this person cooler than me, prettier than me, what do they think of me, how do I approach, in the right smooth way. Like, they're just open, they lead with that open-heartedness, and that's the energy we gotta embody. We gotta tap into that boldness, that audacity that we possess before we've been conditioned to think twice. Be unapologetically yourself. Allow yourself to be open, to be curious, to show up unafraid with that audacity despite anxiety. Approach people, strike up a conversation, take the risk of rejection because you never know where it will go and how well it might be reciprocated. And when you stand in that authentic, open energy, you stand in your light, and that light, it works as a beacon that allows people who are like you to find you. The people who are aligned with you, they will be magnetized to you. But only when you are open to embodying your light and to showing up. Every person who you're meant to connect with is probably waiting for someone just like you, who is willing to stand in that open, bold, authentic energy. So be that person. Reach out, make the first move, take a little risk, say that thing that's on your mind, and open yourself to all of the beautiful connections that are waiting to be tapped into. In case you don't know, I'm Chani, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, that you gained something from it, and if you did, please go ahead and let me know in the comments, tap that like button, and make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!